Hello, everyone, and once again, welcome to the teachings. It's so good to have you with us today. Today's teaching is entitled Lifespan According to the Bible, and I'm the host, Truth Is. Let's open up in Genesis, the 5th chapter. Let's start reading at verse 1. And it reads, This is the book of the generations of Adam. In the days that God created man in the likeness of God made he him, male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam in the day when they were created. And Adam lived 130 years and begot a son in his own likeness after his image, and he called his name Seth. So according to the mythos, according to the legend, Adam begat a son at the old age of 130. Verse 4. And the days of Adam after he begat Seth were 800 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all the days that Adam lived were 930 years, and he died. So according to the mythos, Adam was 930 years old. Verse 6. And Seth lived 105 years and begat Enos. So once again, he's an old man having children. Verse 7. And Seth lived after he begat Enos 807 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. So we painted the picture that these guys were having children at very old ages. 930 and 912. So let's jump down to verse 18. We can't read all of this. And it reads, And Jared lived 162 years, and he begat Enoch. And Jared lived after he begat Enoch 800 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. So 962 years. He outlived Adam and Seth. Okay, let's pick up Enoch. Verse 21. And Enoch lived 65 years and begat Methuselah. And Enoch walked with God after he begat Methuselah 300 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Enoch were 365 years. And Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. He was not. He was not found. He did not die. God took him. Took him where? Well, it's according to who you believe. And some say he took him to heaven. Okay? Well, if he took him to heaven, that contradicts what Jesus said in John 3:13, where he said, No man has ascended up to heaven, but he that came down from heaven, even the Son of Man, which is in heaven. That caused some to say, well, he's still on the earth somewhere. Okay, then there are those that say he just bouncing around in outer space. But if you want to know what happened to him according to the mythology, you need to read the book of Enoch, okay? Or which is a book unto itself, or you can find things written about Enoch in the Ethiopian Bible. Either way you go, brothers, it's just a mythos. But we got to something else. Verse 25. And Methuselah lived 177 years and begat Lamech. Methuselah lived 187 years and begat Lamech. And Methuselah lived after he begat Lamech 782 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. So he was the oldest man according to the Bible, 969 years old. Verse 28. And Lamech lived 182 years and begat a son. And he called his name Noah, saying, The same shall comfort us concerning our work and toil of our hands, because of the ground which the Lord hath cursed. 30. And Lamech lived after he begat Noah 595 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Lamech were 777 years. Triple sevens, brothers and sisters. 7 according to the Bible is the number of completion. It's a lucky number. 777. Okay? Verse 32. And Noah was 500 years old. And Noah begat Shem, Ham, and Japheth. So keep in mind, Noah was 500 years old, and he begat Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Okay? And Shem was the firstborn. He was the oldest. But keep in mind, 500, that's going to play big dividends later on when I prove to you, okay, a certain mathematical equation. And the math don't add up is what I'm striving to say. All right. Now we're going into chapter 6. Chapter 6 is just a continuation of chapter 5, brothers and sisters, okay? And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God, talking about the lineage of Adam coming through Seth, saw the daughters of men, which was the daughters of Cain. Cain killed Abel, okay? And I'm not going to get into all that. It's mythos anyhow. But anyway, again, for continuity, verse 2, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he is also for that he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years. In other words, instead of them living to be 969 years old, 930 years old, 912 years old, so forth and so on, they're going to only live to 120. No, they're not going past the lifespan of 120. Okay? Now, there are some who say, no, it's not talking about that. This is talking about there'll be 120 years to go before the Lord bring on the flood and kill all men. Kill all people of the world except Noah, his wife, his 3 sons, and their 3 wives. But I'm going to show you that's impossible because the math don't math. The math don't math. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Go to the 7th chapter of Genesis, pick it up at verse 5, and it reads, and Noah did according to all that the Lord commanded him. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of water was upon the earth. So keep in mind, he was 600 years old. Let's get a second witness. Jump down to verse 11. In the 600th year of Noah's life, so he is 600 years old according to the mythos. In the 2nd month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were open, and the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. In the selfsame day entered Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the son of Noah, and Noah's wife and his 3 wives of his sons with them into the ark. Okay, so it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. Okay, that's some mythology too, because in numerology, 40 is an important number. That's why the Israelites was in the wilderness for 40 years. They sent out spies and they was gone for 40 days. Jesus was tempted by Satan for 40 days, brothers, and 40 nights. 40, 40, 40. I can go on and on. Alibaba and the 40 thieves. Get the picture? Okay? But anyway, all right, so the rain came in the 600 year of Noah's life. You take that 600 and you subtract 120, you would get 480. But again, according to according to Genesis, the 5th chapter, Noah was 500 years old, okay? So the math don't add up, brothers and sisters. Again, that 120 years old is talking about a new lifespan, okay, which contradicts the age that some of these biblical characters were when they died, like Sarah. She was 127 years old, according to, let's read it. We'll read this one. But we're not going to read all of them. Try to keep these teachings under a certain amount of time because we have short attention spans, brothers and sisters. Okay? But Genesis, well, I'm going to Genesis, the 23rd chapter, verse 1, and it reads, and Sarah was 107 and 20 years old. These were the years of the life of Sarah. And Sarah died. So Sarah was 127 years old. Abraham, brothers and sisters, was 175 years old, according to Genesis 25, verse 7 and 8. His son Ishmael was 137 years old, Genesis 25, 5 and 17. Genesis 25 and 17. Isaac was 180 years old, Genesis 35, verses 27 and 29. Jacob was 147 years old, according to Genesis 47, verse 28. Joshua was 110 years old, Genesis the 50th chapter, verses 24 and 25 and 26. Moses was 120 years old, Deuteronomy 34, verse 7. And now we're going to deal with the contradiction to even that, brothers and sisters, okay? See, there's many contradictions in your Bible, things that don't add up. The Bible don't walk in harmony with itself. And there's a bunch of mythologies in here too, okay? Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. So we're going to go to the book of Psalms, show your contradictions to the new lifespan. Verse 10, 90 chapter of Psalms, verse 10. Now this is credited to the prophecy of the fictional character King David, but it reads, the days of our years are 60 years and 10. In other words, the days of our years, our lifespan, is 70 years. And if by reason of strength they be 80 years, talking about 80 years, yet is their strength labor and sorrow, for it is soon cut off, and we fly away. So we are to believe that suddenly the lifespan has been changed again. Even nowhere outside of this does it say that there's a new lifespan outside 120 years, okay? But even so, brothers and sisters, okay, there are people that live today to be 90 and 100 years old all the time. The world's oldest living person is Ethel Caterham. She was born 1909, August 21st, 1909, and she is 116 years old. She's from the United Kingdom. And the oldest verified lifespan in history belongs to Jean Calment of France. Born 1875, died in 1997, 122 years old. She outlived the biblical character Moses, the mythical character Moses. So that's the lesson, brothers and sisters. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. More importantly, I hope you do something with whatever you may have learned. Until the next time, I bid you peace, love, later.